as you click this video, as you watch this video, as I sit here speaking to you, just know that there is something insane going on with Rooster Teeth today. It is currently unfolding, and there might be an update to this video coming out. But right now, I'm going to do my best to fill you in with everything that we currently know. I've spent a lot of time this morning compiling this document. I'm going to scroll through it really briefly. Take a look at this. There is a lot for us to go through. I've got a lot of information here to cover, and we're just going to get started pretty much right away. But let me start with this. I released a video earlier today talking about Rooster Teeth, some restructuring, and a big name leaving. And now I have another Rooster Teeth video coming out. I didn't expect there to be such insane news today. I recorded the previous video last night, and if I would have known that there would be another update today, I may have just tried to make it into one video. But that would be a lot to cover in one video, so this may work out for the most part. What's going on? There are people who are no longer with the company for reasons that are not exactly very transparent at the moment. It's looking like they were fired, but nothing is really too definitive right now. And Rooster Teeth is commenting that there are not layoffs going on, and these are individual decisions or something like that. I'll show you right now. Let's take a look. Our first person is Patrick Rodriguez. Who is he, or who was he at the company? A production artist, voice actor, and art director of RT Animation, a host of the first member-exclusive show, Quick Draw, additionally a concept artist for RWBY, and has voiced 2 minor characters in the show, also an art director for Camp Camp, and he tweeted today, not long ago, just a few hours ago, "I don't know what to feel right now. I'm sorry I wasn't able to finish it, Monty. This was not a Christmas gift I wanted." And Rooster Teeth, right now on that note, is receiving immense backlash to the point where I will make an update video just to compile the backlash, because I already have over 50 tweets of people putting the company on blast. Finally, some of the fandom that is so blind to like the crazy stuff that's been going on with this company all year. I don't know how people are blind to that. It's just denialism or something. I don't know. But some of those people are finally waking up, it seems, and even a former RT person is going to make a similar comment in this document. We'll get to that in a moment. Let's take a look. Continuing on. Kim Newman of Rooster Teeth writes in response to one of these tweets here from Pat, "There are going to be amazing opportunities out there for you, Pat. You are amazing," with a heart. And even Barbara Dunkelman comments saying, "Heart, I love you so much." You know, I'm sure these tweets are really helping the guy out. No longer employed. Right before the holidays, apparently. And, yeah, I'm sure this is exactly what he needed to hear, that you love him as you no longer work with him. Sure. Now, I'm not saying they're lying, but, you know, man, like, I don't think that's helping him out that much, but who knows. Some other comments here. Barb, can you explain what's going on? This isn't Barb's news to share. It's no one except Pat's. It also says inappropriate to ask the faces of RT to explain, and that she isn't even in the same department. And then the guy also follows up, "I wasn't asking her to explain. Quite presumptuous to think so. I was just asking if she knows what happened. There's a lot of rumors going around right now." So people are wondering what's going on. Our next person is Shaun Murphy, who tweets, "Just got laid off. Merry Christmas, y'all." Who is Shaun Murphy? According to the RT Wiki, is an animation producer, or was now, for RWBY, Camp Camp, Red vs. Blue, and RWBY Chibi and Genlock at RT, with 25 years of experience in the video game industry. And he claims that he is now laid off. So there you go. Now we have more information. A tweet from Tim Leftwich. Who is Tim? Former Rooster Teeth employee. Former already. Here's what he says. "I'll say it again for the people in the back. Companies don't care about employees. That's why unions used to exist, but we got rid of those. RT has even been protested by the film unions several times before. They don't care." That's interesting. I didn't know that apparently RT has been protested by film unions several times before. Maybe that's new news to some of you guys too. And he quote tweets a tweet which is not available, but I'll do my best to give you what was most likely the context there. We'll get to that in a moment. Tim also commented with this. "And why should they? Every time there's an incident at the company, it gets ignored and swept under the rug until the fan base just moves on." And Tim, thank you so much for saying that, because I think a lot of the people in this community feel that way. I know I do. Pretty much, man, all year I've been doing my best to report on what's been going on with Rooster Teeth in a respectful manner and in a concise manner to make it easy to digest. Yet, I still get massive vitriol thrown my way from the fanatics who paint me out like a bad guy when I'm just sitting here reporting on what's going on. I'm not the one making these decisions. I'm just reporting on it so people can be aware of what's going on, especially when they're putting their bottom line and their time to support a company, but they might not realize what's really going on there. But I'm the bad guy for reporting on what's actually going on. And that's one reason why I really like Tim's tweet here, because he's right. He's right. A lot of the fandom just moves on. But will this be different? When is too much? Like, when is enough? When do you cross that line? For a lot of people, that line's been crossed already. As we've covered, I'm sitting here saying that a lot of people do White Knight for RT, which is true. But to be fair, a lot of people have already left the company. We've covered that a lot through the vicious circle stuff, the price increases, the animation claims, and that sort of thing. We have seen a lot of people that say they won't support it anymore, but a lot of people still do. However, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but I have over 50 tweets already from people putting RT on blast today in just the last hour or two. So this might be the big turn. This might be the big change finally. We'll see. It's also unfortunate because I was just thinking to myself today, if RT does go under, what happens to RWBY? It's such a shame that RWBY is tied up in all this mess. The IP itself had so much potential, and this is just so unfortunate that it ended up in this manner. But we'll see how that all plays out. Let's continue on. So Tim, he also said this. That's their entire MO when it comes to situations like this, referring to RT, I believe. Have a nice cold pint. Wait for this whole thing to blow over. Yep, and then rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. While people suffer, people lose their jobs, fans lose their entertainment. It's just all around unfortunate. And the lack of transparency doesn't help. Contradictory information, stuff like that. It just becomes such a mess. So now let me do my best to provide you the context behind this tweet that is no longer available. So it looks like this tweet was quote tweeting a Roger Brunk. And we get this tweet from Chelsea who says, "Hey Roger, Rooster Teeth did not lay off anyone today and we are not going through layoffs currently. We won't comment on individuals' employment statuses, but these were individual decisions and not the result of any layoffs." So Chelsea here is commenting for RT. And if I recall, Chatty Kinson is also her Reddit username, I believe. So she's also one who's pretty active over on the RT Reddit. And that's her comment there in regards to Rogers, which is again removed. But we can get the inference there. It was probably talking about layoffs or something like that. And you might be wondering who Roger is. We'll get to that in a moment. But before we do, we have Spencer here. Actually, we'll go right to Roger. We'll go back to Spencer in a moment. So who is Roger, the tweet that's gone? Well, he does say this much. Removed those tweets as they were based on incomplete info. I'm still not into the timing of it, but I won't participate in what may be inaccurate info. I'm usually better about waiting for these things, but it's already a stressful day. But both Jossie and Nissa are sick, and I'm working from home. And Spencer comments on that too, saying, "Yar, I did the same." So 2 comments from Spencer, but let's stick with Roger for now. Actually, I guess that's all there is about Roger. So Spencer, audio engineer, music producer, half of the music duo for this, and collaborator on RT Music. So I don't think he's employed by RT, but apparently claims to have done some collaborator stuff with their music or something like that. So there you go. That's Spencer, Chelsea, Roger, Tim, and we already covered Shaun, and we already covered Pat. So let's move on now. As you can see, man, a lot of stuff here. We also have Jen, who is former Rooster Teeth. I believe I covered her departure in a previous video, but I don't recall, man. There's just been so much stuff over all these months. Almost a year, I could even say, you know? So it's been a lot, but this does look familiar. So her Rooster Teeth profile said Genlock layout coordinator, sometimes host on the know, former RT broadcast freelancer. So there you go, former RT broadcast freelancer. And what she says is, I said it before and I'll say it again. If you're a fan and you're surprised, you aren't paying attention. Similar to the comment made from our buddy Tim over here. It's so true, man. It is. I don't want to go into a whole rant again about the fanatics and all that, but like, how many signs do you need? It's like you have one of those sign flippers or something going in front of you every other week with bold print saying there's a problem at this company, and they're just like, nah, there's not. But yeah, I don't know, man. This might be the big change. We'll see. From Reddit, our Rooster Teeth, there was already a post that says there may have been another round of RT animation layoffs, showing the Pat tweet. And here we have some of the fanatics in denial, believing without question a comment here on Reddit from Chatty Kinson. So there you go. That is the profile indeed. says, hey, y'all, RT did not lay off anyone today, and we are not going through layoffs currently. We won't comment on individuals' employment statuses, but these were individual decisions, not the result of any layoffs. Please remember to be respectful to these individuals during this time. That looks very much like the previous one. Let me look at that one more time. Did not lay off anyone today, and we are not going through layoffs currently. We won't comment on individuals' employment statuses, but these were, okay, not the result. Okay, so slightly different, but you can see the similarities there. Just kind of interesting. And some of the responses to that Reddit post, thank you for clarifying. Thank you for the info. Thanks for commenting. Is there any way this can get stickied or something so it doesn't get buried? Like, dude, are you not skeptical of that at all? Are you really just going to believe that that's true? And I'm not saying that they're lying, but I'm saying, you know, at least, I mean, it's anything on the internet. Let me put it like this. Anything on the internet, you should probably question at least somewhat, you know? But hey, man, I'll add this, and I even have it in my document. To be fair, other Redditors did voice disdain for RT for a number of reasons. However, unfortunately, the language is a bit too much to include. You know how it is here on this platform. The reality is that I, you know, unfortunately have to censor myself, which I support free speech, but at the same time, I absolutely am grateful to be able to make videos and talk about things. So it is what it is. I will adjust the platform if I need to. That's always going to be a bit of a tough subject to talk about, and I do apologize for having to not include certain things at times, but I'm glad that you guys, for the most part, understand why we have to do those things. Not saying I agree with it, but, you know, if it's between stopping entirely operations here over that or working around it the best I can, obviously I'll pick that avenue. But that's where we're at. That's the full document, guys. As you can see, insane stuff going on right now. Absolutely insane. I do wish the best to anyone who has been let go or fired, had to resign or whatever from Rooster Teeth. Even people like Gray, who have me blocked on Twitter and probably hate me. Gray, I also wish you the best. I do. This is unfortunate stuff, especially around the holidays. And listen, I'm not trying to say Gray did everything right or anything like that. I'm just saying, even if it's someone I disagree with, even if it's someone who hates me, who has me blocked, I still wish them the best regardless. You know, this is unfortunate timing. Again, holidays, Christmas, they got family, they got things they were planning to do and stuff like that. And it's just disgusting what's going on here, man. It really is. It's unfortunate. It's disgusting. And that's all I got to report on in this video. Keep in mind, I will have an update coming out maybe tomorrow, maybe later today. I don't know yet. Where I'm just going to go through the backlash the RT is getting for all this stuff because it's quite monumental finally. We'll see if it's enough. We'll see. We'll see. I'm sure they'll still have their fanatics at times. But that's all I got in this video. Let me start wrapping this one up. Shout out to the awesome people on Twitter who promoted the earlier Rooster Teeth video. And that one's going to be Ishra, Codenex, Dark Raven Wood, The Lancaster Kid, A Shot of Whiskey, John Edwards, and Joshua B. Thank you all very much. Glad you enjoyed that video. I hope you also enjoyed this one. If you wouldn't mind sharing, liking, and or commenting your thoughts in the section below, that would be much appreciated. And if you like this channel, consider subscribing if you're not already, hitting the notification bell, and or becoming a patron/channel member if you want to sponsor this channel. With that said, I'll be wrapping this one up now. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.